Next week, I'm going to be calling for a $30 million appropriation for a consumption and consumer credit for water bills in Flint. One of the things I've heard the feedback, and one of the reasons to do this announcement today is because of the great concern and attention to water bills in this community. I concur with the thought that people should not have to pay for water they couldn't drink or use for cooking or other uses in that regard. And so I want to make this proposal to the legislature. The amount we've determined is roughly $30 million. It's to cover a period going back to April of 14, to the time that the change in the water system happened to go to Detroit or Flint River water. When someone gets their bill, if they want to sort of estimate the value of this credit, when you get a water bill, it's actually a water and sewer bill combined. So this is to apply to the water portion of the water and sewer bill, and the credit we've calculated would be roughly 65% of the water portion of the water and sewer bill for residences. The idea there is this would be a future credit. Those are details still to be worked out with the city of Flint, but after the appropriation gets passed, assuming it does, is then we would sit down with the city to say, how do we give people future credit for essentially 65% of the water portion of the water and sewer bills that people have paid going back to April of 14 until it was determined the water was safe to turn on. So if the budget's approved in June, we may be able to make it effective in the summertime. But given that point, that's the part we'll still be working on the details, whether it's something to say, you know, how do we apply that to people's bills so they can get the benefits of this credit? What I would say is there's no specific date that will say the water's safe to turn back on. That will only be based on scientific evidence validated by third parties. Absolutely. There is no chronology, there is no date to say it's this date. So that will be based on water tests. Again, many people have hopes. I hope it's sooner rather than later. I think that's a fair statement, but we're going to base this on science. We're taking care of the issues in the sequence that they need to be addressed. And the evidence from the researchers and scientists say you recoat the pipes first, you do the infrastructure study, and then you make decisions based on that. And I think you'll see next week that I'll be proposing a significant investment in Flint, in addition to what I'm talking about today.
Thank you very, very much.